everyone, welcome back. So I've just finished recording the previous video that I uploaded and I just suddenly got the urge to talk about something quite different. So I just really wanted to sit down and have quite a candid chat with you, basically, just about authenticity within your craft and just basically within yourself. So authenticity and kind of being true to yourself is something that I've struggled with pretty much my whole life. As long as I can remember, I've always kind of wanted to be someone else, always imitated someone else, always, when I looked at buying things or, getting my hair done a certain way, I would always model it off someone else who I deemed to kind of be my ideal person or, better than me in some way, kind of what I aspired to be. And I still do it. And I realised this when I started YouTube and when I started posting on Instagram. I would look at other people's Instagrams and always want to, imitate and emulate what they had, what they've got, what they look like. And I would just be so upset that I couldn't be like that. So I just wanted to kind of, just a little bit about that and just basically talk about it and the fact that it's something that I really want to address within myself. I also want to talk about the fact that authenticity and being completely natural are two very different things. So it might seem kind of weird that I'm sitting here talking about authenticity while I'm wearing fake hair and I'm, a face full of makeup and, all that. But I think that sort of wearing makeup and hair and anything that's, fashion related, we all do it because when we do it, we feel more like ourselves. Or at least that's how it's supposed to be. Now, a lot of the time, and particularly when I was younger, I would actually do it because I wanted to be like someone else. Whereas quite recently, I just sort of thought, you know what? No. What I've got to stop and think, what do I like? What do I personally like? And it's really weird if you're the kind of person that is sort of has a habit of emulating other people. It can be really weird to ask yourself that question and you can actually get kind of confused. And when I sat down and thought that, it was a bit of a weird turning point for me, really. Because I was like, you know what? I don't even know what I like. I really do not know what my tastes are. And it's a bit of a weird one because I do know what my tastes are. I like, kind of dark gothic clothing but with a sort of medieval twist, and I know that, but then when I look at other people, maybe with green hair, for example, I was like this close to dye my hair green yesterday just because of seeing a cool picture of someone with green hair, like a green bob. And my hair was very unhealthy and I cut it all off, and then I was like, oh my god, because I was thinking in my head, like, no, I could be like this person, I could be like that person, who all look amazing with their cute curly bobs. But I just hated it. So I just bought myself some fake hair and just, went back to looking like I personally wanted to look. So that was really kind of the start of my journey towards authenticity, to actually stop and realise what I genuinely like and what I genuinely don't like. And I didn't get this hair with anyone else in mind but myself. I didn't think I want to look like that person with her beautiful long black hair. It's fine to get inspired by other people, but when you build your life solely to be like other people's and try to compete with other people, you're never going to, because you are never going to be that person. You're never gonna, be as good as that limited image of them that you have in your head. It cannot happen. The only thing you can do is it's so cringy to say be the best version of yourself, but it is actually true. And when you really stop and try and do the work and figure out what you genuinely like, I really think there's an immense amount of freedom in that, because you know that you are the best, the best you. And I think it's a very similar thing in witchcraft as well, because I just, I've probably uploaded it now, the 10 witchy things to do in the quarantine, and it's one of those, I don't want people to watch that video and think, I did say it in the video, but I don't want them to watch it and think that they have to do all the things in that video in order to be a good witch, and if they don't do it, they're wasting their time. I think it's all about having the confidence in yourself to not compare yourself to other people or what you think other people may be doing. I've done quite a few of those things, which is why I recommended them, but that's rare for me. The first few months of the quarantine, or first few weeks, sorry, I didn't really do much at all, because I was just like, what? This is a bit of a garbled message, but it's really about not comparing yourself to other people and truly finding out what works for you and what you like. So in terms of witchcraft, casting circles, candle magic, following moon phases, it seems like everyone's doing them, and you just don't want to, it doesn't interest you in the slightest, just don't do it. Do not do it. And if anything, I think I just want this video to be a bit of a, permission slip to just do what genuinely feels right for you. A lot of people probably look at my craft and just be like, what is she doing? You're doing this wrong, that wrong, that wrong. But it all works for me, and I'm really starting to just appreciate myself as me, and I just really, really want to kind of spread that message. And I think another thing is when we have partners as well. I'm kind of a serial monogamist, so I tend to go from partner to partner fairly rapidly. I think there's been about 9 months since I was 15 that I've been single. But when you're with someone else in such close quarters, I can pinpoint in every single one of those relationships, including the one I'm in now, to a lesser degree, but where I have changed myself or tried to look a certain way or be a certain way because I felt like that me and my partner would go better together. I always want it to be like, oh, you two are made for each other, you look so good together, and I tend to change who I am to fit in with that. Whereas, with Ryan now, I don't really do that as much. I catch myself, because it's just completely natural for me, I kind of catch myself slipping into it sometimes, but I do manage to nip it in the bud. And I think a big thing of it is, I know that he loves me, like this, and who I am and what I'm into and everything, and that's how I presented myself when we first got together. It's only after it became serious that I kind of started to, want us to look more similar, and like, it's all a bit silly, but I always judge myself by my relationship to other people, or where I sort of tally up in relation to other people, and it's an incredibly, incredibly unhealthy mindset. It's really destructive, and I have had a lot of identity crises, because I just feel like sometimes I do not know who I am, and I'm getting more and more now to the point where I do know who I am. It's a difficult journey when you've always copied other people, basically. But I think once you are conscious of it, you can start to sort of work on it. So I think that's really all I wanted to say in this video. If anyone's watching this and they are struggling with feeling like they don't really know who they are, I think it's just really a gut feeling about what genuinely feels right for you. And I think it's the same with careers as well. I've thought, there's so many careers that I've thought, oh, that'd be really cool, but actually, in practice, it's not right for me. I've looked at people and thought, oh, I want that life, but actually in practice, no, I wouldn't. So, yeah, just really work on having your own mind and knowing what you personally want. And it can take a bit of time when you're used to just, trying to constantly be other people and being unhappy with yourself. But I think taking care of yourself, a lot of self-care, a lot of self-love is such a massive thing. And just valuing yourself, I think, because, you know, every single person, you know, is an individual, obviously, and we all have value, and no one is going to put into the world what you put into the world, and you can't put into the world what other people do. So you really have to work out and just love and respect who you are as you will love and respect others. And I think that's all I really wanted to say, so I'm going to sign off now, but let me know in the comments what you kind of think about this whole topic, and yeah, have a good one. I'll speak to you soon.